So I looked into doing multiple programs, and I was a little bit hesitant because I had been brainwashed, I feel like, with all of the marketing and the media on only eating protein, only eating fat, doing ketogenic diet. All of these friends of mine have done so many different programs. And at 49 years old, getting ready to be the big 50, I was like, I am tired of feeling sluggish. I'm tired of accepting the fact that I'm chubby. I am tired of society saying it's my hormones. And I'm tired of gimmicks. And so when I read Natalie's book and we started talking online about her program, I realized that it was so simple and it was just so healthy that I thought, I can do this. But there was still some self-doubt. I doubted myself because I've tried a lot of different things. I used to work out all the time, and now I talk myself out of it. I've grown tremendously in so many areas of my life, but the one area that I didn't feel like I had grown was in my self-care, my body image. My mindset was, I'm chubby, that's who I am. And I joked about it because it was like, oh, if I laugh at myself, nobody else can do it. So my experience of Natalie has been this, not just this amazing fitness guru, but she really got me. And she was like, okay, you've got to decide, do you want this? And it was like this weird mindset change that I was able to throw away this self-doubting feelings that, you know what, this is just another diet, because it's not another diet. It's a lifestyle, and I'm ready to make that switch. And Natalie helped me realize the things that were really holding me back. And I'm pretty excited about it. So next video, you're gonna see me a whole lot smaller. I feel empowered. That would probably be the best word. I feel like she gave me hope that I didn't have before. I feel like I got my power back.
Welcome and thank you for joining me. I'm excited to spend the next hour with you. We've got exactly an hour and I want to cover all that we can during this time. And I'm going to be introducing the concept of the transformation triangle, and it's going to be 3 steps to a totally new you. And in this hour, you're going to discover the missing piece. You're going to lose weight on any diet. You'll be able to really lose weight on anything you're going to be doing moving forward. And you're going to learn some tips about working out smarter, not longer, so we have more time in our lives. Now, before we begin, I want to ask you to give me your full attention on this. I'm typically a fan of multitasking, but I also am very aware that multitasking is not the best way to truly learn and absorb. So if you can be fully present during this, you're going to really get the most from it. So shut out any other browsers or windows, shut off your social media and other places, silence your phone so you don't have any distractions. And if you're a writer like me, I always learn by writing. Grab a pen, a piece of paper, have that nearby so you can capture anything that really resonates with you. And I'm just gonna ask you to be calm focused, because that way you can be truly present and you're not wasting the hour then, because you'll take away some really great tools that could truly change or even save your life for a lot of you. So the reason I wanted to do this is because there's just so much misunderstanding and so many misconceptions out there. And I hear from so many people that are trying to lose weight and are frustrated with trying to lose weight that they just feel so super confused and just totally overwhelmed by all of the information overload out there. It's just, there's so much, like you don't know where to start, what to do. And then you start wondering, is there something wrong with me? It seems like it's working for everyone else. There must be something wrong with me. And then you might go down that rabbit hole of, is it just me? Maybe it's my hormones. Is it my thyroid? What is going on? And then when you think you know what you need to do, it's what do we do it and how do I do it with the limited time that I have? And you just want to get back to you. And I get that. You might know what I'm talking about right now, that you just want to feel like me again, the way that you felt at your best self. And it's just, you don't know where to start. So I'm going to be introducing this idea of changing your state before you can plan your plate and then ultimately lose and, even more importantly, begin to love your weight. So before we jump into this hour, you're probably wondering, well, does this work? And I want to just share just a few brief stories so you can see that this really absolutely does work. And then I want to ask you to truly hang on till the end of this, because I'm going to share a secret missing piece. And I'm going to show you a way to truly stop counting calories and those fat grams and stop killing yourself at the gym. And I've also got a surprise bonus and gift for you if you hang in till the end. Okay, so, and I want to share some of these success stories first, because this will get you excited for what you're about to learn. But this is my friend Nicole, and what I love about Nicole, and you can tell even in her before picture, she's just this beautiful girl, always smiling. On the outside, she always looks so happy, but on the inside, she truly felt like, as she would describe, a miserable person. She shared with me that she hated herself in every single way. She didn't want to look in the mirror. She was incredibly depressed. She felt phony because she was smiling on the outside, but she was so sad and depressed on the inside. And she even didn't want to get out of bed many days because she was just struggling daily with what she was even going to wear to feel confident. I mean, have you ever been there? I know that I've been there before, where you just, nothing makes you feel confident. And to make matters worse, her only comfort was turning to food. So she would just constantly turn to food to help her deal with that anger and loneliness. And when she learned what I'm about to show you with this transformation triangle, she dropped 28 pounds, which is just incredible. And she's just amazing. Her whole energy has changed, and she's finding success in so many other areas of her life now. She also shared with me, she went from wearing a size 14 to 16 all the way down to a size 6. So it's just incredible. She's still going. She doesn't see a looking back, because she feels so amazing right now. Then there's Michelle, and I just love this one, because this is somebody who did not want to take the before picture, had no interest in it, and she's so glad she has it now. She lost 34 pounds. I mean, look at the difference in her. And then Terry, another one of my just absolute favorites. I had the pleasure of meeting Terry recently. Terry is a totally different person. When I first started talking with Terry, before she learned what you're about to learn, she was, as she would describe, sluggish, depressed, had no energy. She said she felt totally hopeless, and she literally felt sick to her stomach, like she could vomit at any time. And she was truly unable to focus. She was grouchy. She had absolutely no mental clarity, and she just would describe her day and everything in her life as a big fog. And she even said she was bitchy. And she hated herself, which makes me so sad. It's the opposite of loving herself. She hated herself, and she also didn't want to go out in public. I will tell you, Terry is a new person. A new person. She went from a size 16 to a size 8. She doesn't care how much she lost because she feels so good. Her clothes fit great. She's now wearing makeup. She never wanted to wear makeup before. She just wanted to hide. She's doing her hair. She's buying cute clothes. She's getting active, making friends. She's just a whole new person right now because of what she learned. And I want this for you too. So if you're listening and you can relate to any of this, I want you to know that this is all possible for you. And how do I personally know? And this is kind of embarrassing. And if you're new to meeting me, this is new for you to hear. But, you know, this was me 10 years ago. I was going through a divorce. I had a house in foreclosure. This is when the housing market had crashed. I was in insane debt, and I mean insane debt, and I had never had debt in my life. And I had a new baby to care for. I was depressed, and I had gained so much weight, I didn't even recognize myself. And in fact, I remember walking and looking at myself and catching my reflection saying, this isn't even me. I don't even recognize what I'm looking at right now. Have you ever felt that way? It's just this just terrible place to be. So I remember what that felt like, just to hate myself. And I just want to fast forward that I lost 50 pounds, you know, on even 60 pounds to where I am now. I'm just a whole different person. And I would have never imagined that I would have been somebody teaching you right now, sharing this information with you on the cover of magazines, teaching people how to lose weight and to keep it off. So I know what that was like to be in that place. And I also know what it's like to come out on the other side, no matter what age you are, no matter where you are. I'll tell you, I'm in my mid 40s and I've never felt better. And I have witnessed so many transformations through what you're going to learn with this transformation triangle. So fast forwarding, I'm in my mid 40s. I'm 46 as I talk to you right now. I'm now a master sports nutritionist because of what I learned. I've got a community of over 3 million strong. I've become a best-selling author, and what I teach works, and it's simple. And you're going to learn a lot of this because I want you to have that successful feeling. I want you to feel confident again. I want you to be your best you, and it's a lot easier than you have been led to believe. Now, me personally, I am committed. I'm committed to radical, lasting fat loss transformations. And I say radical because typical diets out there do not work. I want radical, lasting fat loss transformations. So you learn these principles, you lose the weight, it is off for good. This works. I've been featured on national TV shows, including The Doctors. I was recognized by Forbes and Greatest 2 years in a row as being a big influencer in this space. And you're going to learn some of these things because I know you're ready. You're tired of that information overload. And another thing, aside from the weight, because I could go on countless stories of weight that people lose, but I want you to notice the smile here. This I see all the time. If you look at her before picture here, that's a forced fake, I don't want my picture taken. Can you relate to that? Like, I'm hiding, don't take my picture. I'm just going to look happy. It's fake. And then I just love looking at people's faces after they feel confident. Their whole energy shifts. They are confident. They are focused. Their energy becomes contagious. I use that expression, contagious energy, because that's what I know is possible. And this is what happens when you use the idea of a transformation triangle. Okay, so let's get right into it because we only have this hour, and I want to give you some things that you could actually implement right now. And I want to talk about the top of the triangle, and I want you to look at this triangle as a visual because the top of it is the most important part, and it has to absolutely happen before anything else I can teach you. Before I give you any workouts, before I give you the meal plans, you have to change your state. It's where you begin, not with the diet, not with the exercise. So I'm going to repeat that because this is so important. You have to change your state before you can just follow a workout plan or do any exercises, because this is the missing link. If you just follow a diet or a workout plan and you have not changed your state, you do not get those lasting results. You'll cave to deprivation or cravings or feeling like this is too hard. I'll get messages that I've lost my motivation. I don't have any willpower. That's because you haven't changed your state. And that's why the top of the triangle is changing your state. Now, how do we decide this? How do we do that? How do we change that state? So you want to write these down if you're taking notes. The number one, very first thing is you have to decide. You have to make a decision. You have to decide that you are ready to do this and that it is possible. I list that first and I make it a bullet because the commonality in every single transformation I have ever worked with, I've ever witnessed, is they made a decision. Now, if you think about your life right now, take it away from weight loss, fitness, nutrition for a minute. Anything you've done in your life, whether you got married, got a divorce, had a child, changed a job, moved across country, anything you've done, the first thing that happened was not the action, it was the decision. You decided, right? You made that decision and then it happened. So with weight loss and fitness and nutrition, it's not any different. It's not any different. You have to make that decision that it's possible. Sometimes I get messages from people and they say, I've tried everything and nothing works. Whatever, I guess I'll try this, let's see. They haven't decided. And I know it's not going to work for them because they haven't decided. But as soon as they say, I'm ready to do this, I've decided that failure is not an option, I'm making this happen, your decision's been made. And that is the number one thing in changing your state, and that has to happen first. Number two, committing versus trying. Now, do you know the difference with that? Because this is important. Trying is like, I'm going to try to pick up a pencil. Imagine if you were to try to pick up a pencil right now, what would happen? You would try to do it, but you wouldn't actually do it. You would just try it. When you commit to something, it is happening. So I'm going to ask you whether you end up doing one of my programs later, working with me, or anything else. Make sure you are committed. You're not just trying, because trying something is very different than committing. When you commit, you are dedicated, you are in, and it goes along with that decision process and results happen. You have to commit. The next big one is you've got to find your why. Your why is the true reason, the real reason, that deep reason why you want to make a change. If it's just to fit in a different size for a weekend, or because your boyfriend or your husband wants you to. That's not enough of a reason to stand up against willpower or cravings, or when you're tired and you don't feel like it. Your why is something bigger than you. It's you want to do it because you want to have confidence and have your energy back. You want to be social again. You want to be around for your kids. You want to be able to play with your kids. Your why is a bigger purpose. I'll tell you that my why changes over time. My why has been very different at different points in my life. My why right now is really you and you guys. If I don't stay true to fat loss and eating well and doing the workouts and changing my state, then I let a lot of you down, right? So my why is that now. My why has become that. So everybody has that deep why, and figuring out that why and going deep with those questions has to happen, because that's going to triumph any kind of willpower or craving or anything else. So decide, commit versus try, and then find that why. Now, we only have this hour, so I'm just giving you a taste here. Now, when you work with me in my programs, then we go a lot deeper, and I teach you something called Deciding Core Motivator, which is even deeper than your why, how to put this all into place and how it really ties together. But I wanted to give you these 3 things because these are 3 things you could do on your own right now and get you started. But this is just a taste. So when you change your state, that's number 1. But then there also comes the part where you've got to plan your plate so you can lose and love your weight, right? So the change in your state is the most important top part, but then there's these other 2 parts here. So let's talk a little bit about planning your plate, because that's the nutrition aspect, the recipes, the meals. What are you putting in your body, not just in your mind? And what I want to share is I'm not a fan of counting calories or cutting fat. I'm a fan of planning your plate. And why aren't I a fan of counting calories or cutting fat? Well, I want you to be really in touch with listening to your body and giving your body what it needs. And when we're filling our minds with the right things and our bodies with the right foods, and we're eliminating all the bad things for us, we start to crave and want to eat the right things, and it works out that way. The other problem is with calorie counting, it's near impossible. We tend to constantly overestimate how many we are burning and underestimate how many we are eating. So it's very, very hard to track calories, and it leads to failure. And I am not a fan of anything that is just setting you up for failure. So I'm not a fan of that. So planning your plate is critical. So with any program that you ever decide to do or follow, you want to make sure you have a very clear understanding, menu plans, how to do that, and more importantly, why you're eating certain foods. It's not about just opening a book or a chart and just following a meal plan. You've got to understand why certain foods do things to you. Otherwise, it's very difficult to make that change and stick to it. But when you understand what happens when you eat a certain food, what does that do to your blood, to your insulin, to your hormones? What happens? It changes everything. So with planning your plate also means you need to really understand why certain foods do things to you. Okay, so I want to cover just a few of the key things that you can take away right now with the planning your plate, that you could apply this really to anything that you're doing. So 1, I want you to really think about and write this down so you can come back to this later. What does clean eating mean to you? What does it mean to you? Because it means different things to different people. Now, when people message me or ask me and they say, Natalie, I eat clean and I'm not losing weight, my question back is always, what does eating clean mean to you? Because it means very different things to people. Just eating a fat-free or a sugar-free diet, for instance, does not necessarily mean eating clean. Just eating a high grain diet doesn't mean eating clean. Just eating a vegan diet doesn't mean eating clean. So I want to understand, what does that mean to you? Because I'm going to share that eating a clean diet to me means that you're eating natural, real, unprocessed foods, for the most part unprocessed, that once grew. So foods in their most natural state. So think of like an apple, a piece of chicken, nuts, seeds, vegetables, foods with one ingredient, or if they are processed, very minimally processed. So foods that you can pronounce anything on a label. So very simple foods. Clean eating to me means that, and then the right balance. So you're not giving up entire food groups, like you're not giving up entire food groups of carbs or proteins or fats. Clean eating is eating real natural foods that once grew, not eliminating any nutrients. So, protein, carbs, and fats are all important. The second thing I want you to be really aware of is the dangers of free food. So what's a free food? So there's free foods I think are great, and there's free foods that I think are very dangerous. A free food that is very dangerous would be something that is just sugar-free and fat-free, because then it's all just chemicals and junk and artificial colors and sweeteners, and that can wreak havoc on you. To give you an example, let's say you drink a diet soda and you're thinking, I drink diet soda, I eat clean, but why am I always hungry? Why am I always having cravings? Well, what you might not be aware of is when you're eating a diet soda, even though there's 0 calories in it, maybe you're 1 calorie, there's nothing really in there, your body thinks it's getting those calories, but it's not getting those calories. So it thinks it's getting them, it's not. So you are drinking this soda and you're just constantly hungry because your body is looking for those calories you didn't consume. So it's dangerous. You end up eating more. Now, an idea of a free food that I think is safe is eating like vegetables, because you would have to eat a massive amount of vegetables to have a problem with them. So that's a great free food, but a free food like a diet soda is not so much a good food. So I would say look at what those free foods are that you're eating, and if they're just the fat-free, sugar-free packaged junk or sodas, that's a problem. And that's creating havoc on your hormones and your hunger and your cravings and your weight. The next thing is looking at processed versus whole foods. Now, a whole food is what I mentioned in the clean eating. It's a food that once grew, something that is in its natural form that once pronounced. When you eat a processed food, think of a bag of chips that you pick up, or a frozen dinner, and you read and there's 50 ingredients on there that you can't pronounce. That is a highly processed food. So there's a lot of things that happen there, and I'm not going to go into too much detail right now, but I want to share that artificial sweeteners are in there, and you've got that danger of overeating them because your body thinks it's getting those foods. You've also got things like high fructose corn syrup, which your body can't handle in mass doses, so it doesn't know what to do with it, so you start storing more fat. Or you've got high amounts of sugar in your processed foods. Your body's constantly secreting insulin. And when you're constantly secreting insulin, you're not losing weight. You can't be in fat burning mode. Also, some processed foods, a lot of them actually, have so many artificial sweeteners and added sugars and junk that you just wreak havoc on your cravings, and you keep eating more and more and more and more. How often do you overeat a salad? Or how often do you overeat a piece of fish or fresh vegetables or an apple? It's very unlikely, but it's very likely that you'll overeat processed junk like crackers or chips or frozen dinners. When you switch to processed foods, your taste buds go crazy and you can't regulate what you're eating, and it does get really hard and complicated, and that's why we end up falling off that wagon and saying we have no willpower. It's because of those processed foods. When you're eating whole, real, natural foods, we're not going to have that problem. And then a big rule, this is my favorite rule, and it's my only massive rule, is that to look at addition versus subtraction. If you can look at how much of the good can I add in, you make less room for the bad. So instead of saying, I'm not going to have all these things, instead say, how many good things can I add in my day? Can I add in more vegetables, more water, more healthy proteins, more great for me fats? Can I add in more of the good? Because that makes less room for the bad. Now, I know I've given you a lot of information right here, but those 4 things are those 4 things you could walk away with right now and start to make some changes. But what I get into later with a lot of my programs, and especially my newest program, which I'm going to be sharing with you, is my concept of V3. And I'll get deeper into that later, but that's really the point of adding a lot of volume to your meals, adding a lot of value to your meals, and then using the idea behind vegetables, the phytonutrients. And that makes a big difference. And I'm going to give you a taste of where you can learn more about that in a little bit. Okay, so there's more to the transformation triangle. We've got change your state, plan your plate, and then we've got to get to a point where we can love our weight. Now, we want to lose the weight, I get that, but you want to love your weight too. It's not just about losing it. We want to love it. So how do we do that? How do we get to a point of loving our weight? Well, the first thing I'm going to ask is, don't go into something hating yourself, because once you do that state part and you decide and you're ready to do this and you're committed and you're no longer trying, if we go into our new program or plan with, I hate myself, I hate my arms, I hate my body, I hate the way I look, you are setting yourself up for disappointment because there's not going to be this crazy overnight change, right? But if you can start focusing on something you like about yourself, it gets a lot easier to start looking at the progress you're making every day. So you go into, you know what? I love the way I have great calves, or I love the way I seem to have energy when I get up a little earlier. I love anything. I love my eyes. I love my smile. Anything. What do you love? Go into it with that attitude, and then you're ready to start focusing on what you love about yourself, and then you'll start seeing the positives, how you're getting stronger, how you're getting better every single day. You know, you can use this example with everything. If you're having a bad day, at any time, if you just switch to that gratitude side of what do you appreciate, what do you love, it shifts your whole mood. So that's number one. You've got to start to look for what do you like about yourself. It could be something very basic. I have legs that work. I can breathe. I like my ears. It doesn't matter. Just what do you love about yourself? Then you're ready to start focusing on what we're going to do exercise-wise to change ourselves. Now, I also want to share that you don't have to beat yourself up with expensive gyms or trainers or fancy gear and long hours for your workout. You don't have to do any of that when you start to love your weight and start to do some of the right things. So here's some of the tips I want to give you that are the right things that you could do without spending a penny at the gym or on a trainer, on equipment, or any of that. One, focus on stronger. I say that because when we focus on, I want to be skinnier, it can be very discouraging, it can be very unempowering, and it can be very subjective. But when we focus on getting a little bit stronger every day, it is empowering, it's motivating, it's measurable, it's encouraging. So every day you can get a little bit stronger, and that's a win. So instead of focusing on a size or a number on the scale or being skinny, which is subjective and disappointing, I want you to focus on how can I work a little bit every day towards being stronger. It is life-changing when you start to do that. The next thing is, what can you like versus what can't I do and what do I hate? And that's what we just talked about a little bit earlier. But you've got to start focusing on what do you like about yourself? What are you doing well? What are you proud of? Even if it's 10 minutes a day, I walked. That's amazing. I walked for 10 minutes today. Maybe it's I tried a new exercise. That's amazing. You did that. Anything you can do to focus on what you can do is amazing. Don't force yourself to do things you hate and get stuck in that mindset of I hate this, or that will never shift. So focus on what you can do and what you like. The next thing is it's not about the time. It doesn't matter that you worked out for an hour. It doesn't matter that you worked out for 5 hours. It doesn't matter that you worked out for 20 minutes. It's not about the time, because when we just go with a number on that time, then we're not really in touch with our bodies. It's really about progression and intensity. And what does that mean? Well, progression means that you are improving a little bit every day. So you're challenging yourself a little bit more every day. Now, if you were to bend down and pick up a plastic bag off the ground, think of the force it would take to pick up a plastic bag. It would not really require much at all, right? That's nothing. Now, if instead you were to bend down and pick up a big cement block, imagine what it would feel like to bend down and pick up that big cement block. You would have your core tight, you'd have your glutes squeezed, you'd brace yourself, you would have your arms ready to lift something heavy. It would take a lot more force, right? That's the progression. That's the attitude I want you to go into with anything you're doing. So no matter what you're doing workout-wise, it could be a very simple thing. How can you make it more challenging for yourself so you are progressing? Progression is key. It's not the time, it's how are you doing it, the progression. The second word is intensity. Now, intensity for you might be very different than intensity for your spouse or for your friend or for me. So we're not comparing intensity. Intensity just means you're challenging yourself and you're making it challenging for you. Let's look at the example of a chin-up, okay? Many of you listening can't do a chin-up yet, and that's fine. The force it would take for you to try to do one chin-up, that's intense, right? Now you might look at somebody that's a Navy SEAL and they're knocking out 50 chin-ups, and that's intense for them. It's still intense for both of you. I want you focusing on that intensity and whatever you're doing. How do you make it challenging for yourself? Because that's what's gonna change your weight. And then the fourth thing that we don't have too much time to get into right now, and that's what I will be covering, and I always do cover in my detailed programs, but it's the right exercises, because we spend a lot of time doing the wrong exercises. So the right exercises, it's key to know what right exercises to do so that you can truly challenge, progress, and have that intensity. An example of one right exercise is a plank. I'm a huge fan of planks. However, when I say that, if you're cringing, going, my back hurts, my wrist hurt, whatever, when I do a plank, it's because you're doing it wrong. And that's something I teach, exactly how to do them. So you're targeting that right area and getting that fat burning. I teach that in my programs. Okay, so that's it. So 3 simple steps: change your state, plan your plate, and then lose and love your weight. It's those 3 steps that have to be in place. Now, just a quick recap. You got to change your state. You're going to decide, you're going to commit and stop trying. You're going to figure out that deep why. You're going to go deep on there. What is that real reason that's holding me back from making things happen? What is that why? The second thing is you're going to plan your plate. You're going to be really key on understanding, why am I eating certain foods? Why am I being told to do this or not that? You have to understand that so you don't cave to willpower. You're going to focus on addition versus subtraction. You're going to focus on eating on real, natural, unprocessed foods. And we're going to forget the calorie counting and the fat gram counting. Instead, we're going to really look at portions and how we feel and eating the right foods. And then we're going to look at loving our weight, being kind to ourselves, and looking at what we can do, how we're progressing each day, and then focus on intensity, progression, and doing the right things with our body weight, not just spending more money or spending more time on some expensive trainer or a fancy gym or piece of equipment. It's doing the right, easy to do exercises that you could do at home or do anywhere, like what I'm about to show you in my programs, so you can really dial this in and make it happen and really have that full transformation triangle. So it's your turn. It's your turn. What is possible for you? Let's talk about that. Now, earlier I showed you some transformations and a lot of these people were right where you are right now before they started. They were depressed. They were feeling information overload, confused. They didn't want to leave their house. They weren't feeling confident. And it's your turn to have what's actually possible, because you can have that confidence. You can feel good in your own skin. You could be happy again. You could have that energy and that focus, and you could feel amazing. And you can do that when you have this right winning formula. You can have all that. So you can change your state and learn to plan your plate and love your weight and have that winning formula. There's just a few things that you're going to want to make sure you add to that, because it's real easy to sit here and listen to me right now and have this hour with me and be pumped up and go, I get it. Okay, I got to change my state. I'm ready to do that. I got to understand the foods I'm eating. But here's what happens. We become the sum of what we surround ourselves with. Whatever we're around and listening to and surrounding ourselves with, we become that, right? So you're with me for 1 hour right now, but what happens tonight or tomorrow when you're not with me, or you're with a friend that's, putting a cheeseburger and fries in front of you, or you're at the office and there's the candy bowl, or you're at home on your couch and you're comfortable. What happens then? Right? You need that accountability, and you need that constant in your ear, and you need those check-ins, and you need that motivation, and you need to understand what's happening, because that's what really makes this winning formula. Now, not that you can't do it without all that. Some people do. It's just a lot harder. So you need that winning formula, and that's how you can get to that high achieving level that I know is in you, and I know it's possible for you. And that's where I want to invite you. I promise I had something for you, and that's what I want to invite you. And I'm inviting you because you've been on this hour with me. I want to invite you to my full body reset, and this is where you get everything. Now, this kicks off January 22nd. Now, don't panic. If you look and you're like, oh my gosh, I have a vacation plan January 22nd. I can't do it. Don't worry, you can still do this. I'm going to explain that in just a minute. But for those of you ready to go and you're like, I got it, I am ready, I've got the momentum, and I'm ready to change. I'm ready to have my focus, my energy. I'm ready to get rid of that fat. Get rid of that fat, because I say fat because weight loss and fat loss are different, and you're ready to get rid of that fat so you can feel and be your absolute best this year. If you're ready to do this, and I hope you are, this kicks off January 22nd, and I want to invite you to do this with me because you're going to get everything you need to be a total success. Now, if you can't do it January 22nd, I'm still going to invite you to do this because you'll always have access to this. But for those of you that want that, like, I'm ready to do this and you want to really be with me, I'm going to be with you every step of the way starting January 22nd. And I hope you'll be a part of this. So if you do this full body reset challenge with me, this is what's going to be possible for you and what you're going to be getting. You're going to break free of any limiting thoughts. So right now, as you're listening to me, you probably have a little things popping up. And I know because I've had this happen to me before, like, well, it won't work for me, or, I don't have the time, or any limiting thought that you've got right now. I'm going to get rid of all those for you because my slogan is excuses or solutions, you decide. And I am a solution machine. So it doesn't matter what your excuse is, you're going to have a solution from me in this program. It's going to be super simple, and nobody in my life fails, period. I don't let you fail, because if you fail, I failed, and I don't fail. So no one fails. So you're going to break free of those limiting thoughts finally, once and for all. You're going to have all done for you meal plans. Super simple to follow, easy meal plans. They're going to be completely done for you. You do not have to think. It's all there. Now, don't worry. If you're already panicking, like, well, I don't like a lot of foods, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter, because you're going to have all those meal plans for you, but it's going to be super simple, and you're going to have coaches to help you swap things out if you don't like something on the meal plan. But most people love everything on the meal plan, so it's really good. You're going to have daily targeted workouts that you could do at home on your own time with no equipment. Easy, right? Targeted workouts, the right ones that are going to change your body. And you're going to have live daily support. And plus, the best part is you're going to have a live weekly video call with me, live, where you can get all your questions answered. You're going to chat with me live every single week. You're going to get that. So it's a lot. It's everything. And this is my most complete program ever. So here's the details. We start on the 22nd of this month. If you can't start on the 22nd, you can still get it and start on your own time. But we start this on the 22nd. You will have lifelong access to this, meaning this does not go away. You have the program. You love it. You do it. You can do it again if you want. You can do this again at any time. If you can't start on the 22nd, you'll have access to start when you're ready. You can go at your own pace, which means we'll pace it for you at a level that I feel most people can stay at. But if you fall behind or you don't want to do it every day, you can go at your own pace. That's the great thing about this. You'll have live video calls where you get interaction with me. We'll see each other's faces. We're going to chat. Every question you have is going to get answered. You'll have daily support in our private group. You'll have weekly contests and prizes, and I've got a lot of great prizes coming. So this is going to be really fun. So weekly contests to keep you motivated, lots of prizes. And then the grand prize winner gets to get an invitation completely comp to my breakthrough VIP weekend. Now, I charge anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 for those weekends, and you'll get that totally free for the grand prize winner. So I want you in. Are you in? Or do you want to do this with me? Because I'm hoping to have you in. And for you, because you're on this call, I promised you a special bonus at the end. I'm going to give you an additional $50 off with this coupon code. So you can use a special code. It's $50 off, and it gets you your spot. And all you have to do is go to the link below to join and grab your spot right now. Now, this is what it's going to look like in the challenge. So, because I know you're probably wondering, well, what is it going to involve? Because you want every detail, like me, right? You want to know exactly what's going to happen. Well, the first week is your prep week. So you are going to get everything you need just to get your mindset ready, because you're excited, you want to do it, and you'll be able to have the tools to jump ahead if you want. Like if you want to just go, you're going to have workouts and stuff to do. But you're going to have a prep week to really get you fully prepared, get organized, get powerful, get clear with your intentions, have your why, have it all ready to go so you are full ready to go on week one. And then week one, because you say so and you're committed and you're ready, you're going to experience the power of declaration. You're going to call the shots, and you're going to really start to feel and know what your new you is going to look and feel like. And we're just going to jump right all in. And then week two, you're going to start being the source, because you're going to witness exactly where you've let your power go before, and you are going to take it back, and I'm going to help you do it. And it's going to be really powerful, because normally in any diet or nutrition plan, we start falling off on week two. We're bored. And what's really different here is you're going to get even more excited, and your energy is going to start soaring, and you're going to just want more. And it's going to just keep building from there. So that's what happens in week two. And then week three, this is really fun for me, because you are going to develop an athlete mentality. Now, do you know what an athlete mentality is? An athlete mentality is that like nothing's in my way. I'm going to win. Nothing's stopping me. Don't you tell me I can't do this because it's going to happen, because you're going to develop that athlete mentality. Nothing's going to get in your way. And you are going to empower that athlete mentality, and you're going to be so excited that your friends are going to ask you what the heck you're doing, because your energy is just going to be so contagious. Your family is going to want to know what you are drinking. They're going to think you're drinking some special Kool-Aid because you're going to be so different. And by week 4, you're going to be completely clear on what you need to do moving forward. You're going to be excited to finalize your plan, get the rest of that weight off. You're going to see a huge difference in yourself. Everyone's going to notice this, and you're going to start to get very clear on how you're going to make this your life and know exactly what you need to do. And then you get a bonus week. Now this is really good, because this bonus week is what's going to really seal the deal. And this is what ensures that you don't ever go back to the old you, because you're going to love your new you. And I want to make sure it sticks. So this bonus week is key. So that's the 5th week you're going to get is this bonus week. And you'll get so much in that bonus week. Plus, you're going to get, after this, get this, after you're done this program, because the whole program is 6 weeks long, you're going to still get ongoing monthly workouts. So you'll always have new ideas for workouts forever, for as long as I'm doing this. Unless I change careers and become a dog walker, which is, you never know, it's possible. You're going to always have monthly workouts from me. So you will always get those. So I am setting you up for total success. There's no way that you can fail on this. Oh, and I almost forgot. You're going to get expert advice to elevate your life, because I've got several mentors and peers that share their best advice that are all going to be participating in this program with special bonuses, even some secret surprise bonuses along the way. So you're going to get all that extra expert advice that I get that helps me elevate myself and my clients to the next level. You're going to get direct access and that. So let me ask you, are you in? Are you ready to shine? Are you ready to do this? Are you ready to take the full body reset challenge? Because I want you to make this year your best year ever. Like, I'm sure, just like everyone else, you made your resolutions and you did them last year and you did them the year before, right? And the year before that even, and they maybe didn't fully happen. But this year it's going to happen, because you're going to have your best year ever, because everything, your success in your relationships, your success in your business, with your family, with your friends, all of that thrives when you drop that extra weight and you start feeling your best and you start feeling confident. Everything becomes possible. So I want this to be your best year ever. And I want you to gain the momentum you need with the mindset, with the meals, the movement, everything. And normally this program, I've not had a program of this amount forever for less than $497. And right now, not only is it only $297, but you have an additional $50 coupon code. So you're getting this entire program for $247, 6 weeks plus a lifetime to follow, all your confidence back, the weight gone, new friends, accountability, direct access to me, because you're going to be my new bestie, because I'm going to get to know you really well throughout this program, and it's going to be your best year ever. So, and in case you're wondering, you're going to save a lot of money here too. It's not just what you're spending this investment in yourself. You're actually saving money, because you don't need a gym. So you don't have to worry about the wasted gym fees. You don't need a trainer. You've got me. You don't need a dietitian. You've got me. And we can spend so much money on trainers. A trainer at a gym could be anywhere from $55 to $150, right? Plus a dietitian, and that's just a session, by the way, $150 a session for that trainer. And then a dietitian, you'll spend weekly on that too for the meal plan. So you're not needing to do any of that, because I've got all of this together for you. And not to mention how much you could save on medical bills, because when we're not eating well, we're not taking care of ourselves, when we're overweight, we've got all kinds of health problems that go along with that. We get sick easier. So we're going to work to get rid of a lot of that. So you're actually going to save money. So it's actually a negative money program. You're going to save money by doing this. And all you have to do is you just have to join the Full Body Reset at the link below, and all of this you have access to. So I want you to make this your best year ever. So the code is FBR50, and it's only $247 with this gift code. And I want this to be your best year. Are you in? Are you going to do it with me? Are you in? And this is the difference between the unhappy, grouchy, I want to hide, I don't have confidence, I don't want to go out me, to the new playful, happy, Your friends are like, what did you do? What happened to you? Why are you thriving? That's the new you that is gonna be out. And this is where you get to make that decision. This transformation triangle, this what I'm teaching you, everything I'm gonna share with you in the full body reset, this is what gets you to that playful you, to that happy place you wanna be at. Oh, and the bonuses. I mentioned there's some bonuses. Now, I'm not gonna tell you all the bonuses because some are gonna be a surprise, but here are some that I'm gonna share just so you have an idea. You're gonna get access to these 3, for starters, special courses that I created for you. One is a manifestation mastery. Now, this is an actual vision board workshop that I did live and I recorded it. And I've never shared this with anybody else other than the people that were in this live workshop with me. But you're going to see exactly how to create a vision board. And I don't do it like any vision board you'll just read an article about. I do this in a way that it becomes your reality. In this picture here, I'm actually holding a vision board that I made 10 years ago. And I want to tell you that every single thing on my vision board became a reality because of what I teach on how you make these. You can put anything in your vision, it's going to be your reality. So you're gonna learn exactly how we did that. You're going to see me in a live workshop. I'm also going to teach you how to organize your fridge because that's a bridge to your weight loss. I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your fridge for total success so you don't have those days where you're opening it and just staring in it going, oh my God, what do I eat? And wanting to grab things and your vegetables and everything goes bad. I'm going to show you the tricks to stash and organize and make it so it's really, really appealing and easy. And then I'm going to give you inside access to my advanced nutrition workshop, which I did live with a fabulous group. And you're going to see exactly what I taught them, the science behind simplicity of meal planning. This is all bonuses in addition to what you're getting in the full body reset. I have some guests. I've got Gabby Bernstein. Now, if you are not familiar with Gabby's work, she is magnificent. She just lives body love and she does a lot through meditation and what she teaches. And she has given us a special bonus just targeted for our group to really teach you how to love your body through a simple meditation practice. So this is a game changer for a lot of people. It doesn't require any sweating or eating special foods. It's just a really, really nice tool to help you get that body love going. I've also got Ari Witten's bonus in here. Now, I love Ari. He has been instrumental in my life with helping to gain back energy. And you're going to get a peek into his masterclass that he's doing for you on how to get that energy at peak performance. I've also got a bonus from Carrie Glassman, who is amazing. And she teaches the 8 pillars of a nutritious living. And she gives you 8 essential components that really help you make these new things you're going to learn stick. It translates over to family, to friends. She's a true expert, and we're really fortunate to have her as a bonus in here as well. I've also got Dr. Jen Esquire. She is Doc Jen Fit, and she's amazing with mobility. A lot of us have hip and back pain, and she's going to help us unlock what's going on there. So some simple things that you could do every day to correct and fix that hip mobility problem. I've got my friend Natalie Kern, who is going to help with overcoming the success killer. So this is something that is a big trigger that gets in our way, especially when we're in a place of not happy with our weight or not having our confidence. She's going to help identify what's going on there. I've also got another bonus, an entire book from my friend Kim, who is an amazing yogi. And she's got a 10-minute yogi ebook that you can do in addition to the workouts that you're going to learn from me or separate, but a really great way to get into yoga. So some great bonuses, plus some surprise bonuses that you don't even know about yet. So I want you to make this your best year. Are you in? It's only $247 right now. It's an investment in yourself. Make sure you use that coupon so you don't forget, so you can save that $50. And you just go to that link below. Now I'm gonna answer some questions. So feel free. You can type questions in the box below. I won't see them real time. They will go to my support, so I will make sure I answer them. But I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions that I know that I'm getting because my support team has told me these have come in, and these are the questions that I know. So let's go through some of these questions right here and make sure you type in any questions that I'm not answering. 1, do I need any special equipment? Absolutely not. You can do everything at home with your own body weight. You're not going to need any special equipment. I'm going to teach you everything you need to do in the full body reset. It's simple. It's easy to follow. Doesn't matter what level you are, beginner, intermediate, advanced, you only need your own body weight. I'm gonna show you the right exercises. So you'll wanna join the full body reset because these are things you have not seen before. And if you have seen them, you have not learned them the way that I'm gonna teach you, because you're gonna start to love things like planks that you think you hate. I'm gonna show you how to love them and how they can change your body. So you need no equipment. 2, how long does it take to see results? That depends on you, but I will tell you will absolutely 100% feel and start to notice results within a few days, because everything's gonna shift for you. You're gonna feel and see results within a few days. You're gonna see dramatic results in a few weeks. And by the end of the program, you're gonna be a whole new person. So it will not take you long at all. Most people lose 5 to 7 pounds their first week of starting. And the reason is not only are we losing fat, we're losing excess water and bloat, which is a good thing, because we're cleaning up things. We're losing excess water and bloat, and we're losing fat. And then we're gonna lose about 2 pounds of fat per week on average. So this is people I can expect to lose depending on where you're starting from. But most people lose about 10 pounds throughout this program. If you have a lot more to lose, you'll lose more, but you will absolutely notice and feel things and see things right away. What if I can't start on the date you are starting the challenge? What happens then? I would say that's okay. You can still do it, because the nice thing about being part of this challenge right now is you get lifetime access. You get the program, you have access. I'm gonna take you through at a pace I know works, but it doesn't matter. You can start it anytime you want. It doesn't go away. So I would get it now while you get it at this discount, while you have all these resources, and you'll always have access to it. So don't let that stop you. What if I have dietary restrictions? I love that question. You know why? I have a million dietary restrictions. I'm a celiac. I can't have gluten. My daughter can't have nuts. She's got a nut allergy. I don't like a lot of foods. And it doesn't matter if you have any dietary restriction, we are good. The reason is there's swap out options for everything. Swap out options for everything. And the best part is I already took a lot of allergens out of this. I took a lot of allergens out of this already, so you're not gonna have to worry. And we're happy to help you with swap outs on anything that you are questioning about, because that's the nice part about having full accountability and a full group within the Full Body Reset. And within our group is any question you have gets answered, so you're not gonna have any issues there. Okay, how much weight can I expect to lose? It depends on where you're starting from, but most people lose 5 to 7 pounds week 1 because you're losing fat, and you're also losing excess water and bloat. And then most people lose about 2 weeks of fat to follow, and it stays off. That's the difference between fat loss and just weight loss. We're gonna tap into fat, and that's what we want. So it all depends on where you're starting from. If you have a lot less to lose, you would lose less because your body's already near its goal. If you have a lot more to lose, I've seen much more drastic results. So it really depends on where you're starting from. But what I will tell you is you'll lose more weight doing the program than not doing the program. So definitely do the program, because that's how you're gonna get the results. Will this help women get through menopause? Well, I can't stop the menopause, but what I can share is that when you start to eat the way you're gonna learn in the Full Body Reset, everything starts to shift. Now, as I talk to you, I'm in perimenopause, and I've helped countless women in menopause. We have a lot of hormone shifts that happen through peri and menopause, a lot. And it changes our cravings and how we process food. Everything changes. And when you start to eat the way that you learn, the simple way that you learn in the Full Body Reset, everything starts to balance. So you don't have those dramatic hormone swings. You don't have those dramatic insulin up and downs. Insulin is a hormone, by the way. So you start to get less moody, less foggy headed, less cravings. And so yes, it absolutely helps with those symptoms of menopause. What if I'm dealing with back pain? Perfect. You definitely want to do this then. Why? Because many of you don't know this about me, but I had a rupture actually between L4 and L5. Couldn't use my right leg. I had emergency surgery. I am super familiar with what needs to happen with disc issues, back pain. And the best part is everything I teach you is going to help with this. Why? One, everything you're gonna learn to eat is very anti-inflammatory. So it's amazing what that diet is gonna do to help you with pain and getting rid of it. The second part is the exercises I'm gonna teach you are really targeted to help develop the muscles around the issue. So when you have issues with your back, in those discs, in your spine, wherever it is, We're not worrying about that. That's not what we're targeting. I'm gonna teach you how to build and fix the muscles around it the right way. So you learn the right way to develop your core, the right way to sit, the right way to fix things so you don't feel the pain in your back. That's the key. So I can't fix your back problem, but I can help it so you don't feel the problem, and you can do my exercises because it's back friendly. And I'm in there to guide you along the way to make sure we're doing everything right. What do I do if I have a sweet tooth or craving? You won't. That's all I can say. You're going to be eating so well on the full body reset that you're going to forget that you ever had a sweet craving. It's crazy how that happens. You're going to forget because you're going to be eating so well that it's going to change. You're not going to have those cravings. So the full body reset changes how you look at food, how you feel about it, and you get to get rid of that willpower problem. All right, here's another one I always get. Natalie, I don't have time to cook. How will this work for me? You don't have to cook. You don't have to cook. You can cook. I'm gonna have some great recipes for you, but you don't have to. I'm gonna show you how to break down a meal. So if you wanna literally eat the same few things every day that just sit in your refrigerator, you can do it. You might not like to do it that way, so I'm gonna give you some great options. But you don't have to cook. I can make it very simple for you, and I will make it simple for you. And for the meals you do choose to cook, they're very simple to follow. These are easy to follow recipes that you can make quickly, and you're going to enjoy them. So you'll start to like that. So whether you have time or not isn't a variable. When you do the full body reset, you're going to be able to crush this. It's easy for you. How is this different from your other programs? Great question. So here's the best part. I didn't scrap anything that really worked well in my other programs. If I have something in my previous programs that I felt would be really helpful in here, I included it. And if you already saw it before, that's not an issue because it's something that I feel is worth repeating. But what's different about this program is the amount of stuff you're getting and the way it's organized and the new information that's being added to it. Every single day, you're getting something to address state, plate, and weight. So every day we're doing something for the mindset and for that state to keep you in that right momentum. Every single day, you're getting menus and meal plans and education on why you're eating a certain way. And every single day, you're getting a workout, sometimes more than one. And you're all as an option. So if you don't like one, you could do the other. And you're also getting an education on why we're working out a certain way. So it's different from my other programs where you're getting everything every day, plus accountability, the group, and the live video calls with me. But I did not scrap anything that I feel is really, really relevant. So I took the best parts of some other programs, but you've never seen it organized this way, and you've not seen any of the new information that I'm including. So it is different. It does not matter if you've done any of my previous programs. You've not seen anything like this that gets results as fast as this one does. All right, it's time to make a decision. And I really hope I'm gonna see you inside this challenge. We do close this challenge off. It's not open indefinitely. We do close it off at a certain number of people by a certain time. So I hope I'm gonna see you inside it. If you're ready to do this, this is the time to make that decision. So make sure you click that link below and join me in that full body reset challenge.
So, back 6.5 years ago, I didn't have any weight to lose, and now I'm looking in the mirror and don't recognize myself and feel like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? And I knew how it happened. It's all the junk food I'd eaten and all of the things that I'd done to deal with the stress of my life and the work and just having the pressure to build, which thank goodness I did, but at the expense of myself. And just really losing who I was and the confidence that I had had years ago. And it just, on one hand, it felt like it just happened so quickly, but on the other hand, it's been a long time since I really felt good and since I really had the confidence that I used to have. I'm 46, and I had gotten to the place where, do I really want to go to this weight to 300 pounds, or am I going to turn around and just lose 100 pounds and do it? Like, it's one or the other, because I'm obviously not even maintaining, I'm just feeling worse and worse every day. My big question was, how do I really implement this all and know that it's going to work? Sometimes when you look at cookbooks, you think, okay, this is a lot of work, or it's a lot of things I'm not familiar with, or even seasonings or things like how long is it really gonna take? And you think that it's gonna be a big ordeal. And now I know the food is too good, and also you don't wanna do all that work and then it not be good. You just say, okay, but the food is amazing. And my whole family is gonna love it. And I can shop on Wednesdays and I can prepare a lot of it on Sundays. And I just think it's worth it. Knowing I can do the food, knowing that I don't have to spend an hour working out, I can spend 30 to 40 minutes. I think now in my 7 to 8:30, I can do my workout, I can have my breakfast, I can, pray and read and be off on my day at 8:30. And I didn't believe that before. So if you are feeling like it's impossible and there's too much in your day, too much in your life, that maybe you've gained too much, I have a lot to lose. And I almost didn't even realize that. It's easy to just avoid it until you look and you're like, oh my gosh, that's really me in the reflection. But if you think that you can't, you need to know you can. And now is the perfect time. And so I just, beg you to try it and to see if it doesn't work for you, because I really believe it will. And I'm gonna show you in time that it will. And so don't wait, don't put it off. Don't think, oh, it's just another person that's trying to sell me something. Realize that she cares and she's genuine and loving and just really encouraging. And you don't get that from everybody. Sometimes it's just about honestly making a buck. With Natalie, it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like she, even though she's doing this for a living, really wants to see life change and really wants to help you reach your goals. And so I just beg you to do it and go for it, and let's lose the weight together.
Before I met Natalie and found out about her program, I was 177 pounds. I was depressed. I had the worst self-image of myself. So I would walk by a mirror and I couldn't even look at myself because of what would come up, what I would think about when I saw my image. And so in the past, I have done Atkins, I've done paleo, I've done literally everything, and I never found it sustainable for more than 2 weeks. I felt like it was too hard. I travel for work. I'm in airports. I don't have time to do this. And when I first read Natalie's book about her hitting rock bottom, that was the exact point that I was in my life. And so it was another reiteration of, hey, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Natalie is strong about the why, and that is what makes her plan different as well. Not only being simple, but bringing that value to that, to the weight loss. What is it? It's greater than yourself. It is greater. It's freeing. I can do the business I've always wanted to. Since I've started the plan 6 weeks ago, I've lost 20 pounds. I haven't said that since. So as of today, I am 20 pounds lighter. I have 30 more pounds that I get to release and become and step into the me that I've always envisioned. And I couldn't have done that without her. I love my body right now, and I'm gonna love it 30 pounds lighter. I love it. And that's, that is the biggest change that I've seen, because if I love it, how can anyone else love my body if I don't love my body? It is possible to lose the weight forever and feel great and accomplish your goals.